What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Back on the Supra today, and what we're gonna do with this car is we're gonna take it to the next level for you guys, because I believe that a lot of people on YouTube have not shown you a full in-depth wrap. I mean, all the way. So we're gonna do everything. Door jambs all the way through. If you see here, the guys have the fenders off, which you see that pretty common here on the channel, which you don't see on most, but yes, we always do that. Next step, doors are coming off. You guys wanna know why the doors are coming off? Stay tuned to the vlog, it's about to get crazy. Okay guys, so the plan here is to do the full door jambs, if you guys haven't already figured that out. Doors are off because we're gonna take the vinyl all the way in, so when these doors open up, you're gonna see the new color all the way through. Really, a lot of people ask about why we don't do this on every wrap. And this is a very extensive process, and it does require a lot of time, labor, and money on the customer's end. So a lot of times you guys don't see people opting in to do door jambs on their car, and it's not always a bad thing. You know, sometimes some colors work together, some people don't mind it. Usually when you get a wrap, it's a full exterior coverage, but in some cases there are people that want to do full door jambs, and usually what that is they got a really good budget. And in this case, the customer here did not apply for that. We're gonna surprise them with it. We're just gonna give them a door jam job. And the thing is, I really wanna show you guys, so I'm gonna take the opportunity with this car to do that and also surprise them. So I think with this car being what it is, it's a Supra. I don't wanna disservice the car when we're wrapping this thing. I wanna go all the way in. I want people to be impressed. I want this car to go to shows and people to be like, damn, that's a wrap. So stay tuned, guys. We're gonna show you what it takes to do this, because it's a lot more work, but I think that's gonna be very, very cool process, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys don't know already, subscribe to the channel. We give a car wrap away every 100,000 subscribers, so we're reaching 300K. If you guys are new here, comment below, let us know you're new so we can guide you in where to go sign up for the giveaway. If you already know, go to the link in the description. You can sign up for the giveaway and you don't have to ask us. But we're happy to have new people here. Thank you guys for watching. I think this is gonna be a cool project, so make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and make sure you guys stay tuned for all the vlogs that are coming. I told you guys this car was wrapped before, so there's a bunch of vinyl all the way down. That's the reason why we actually moved the target top. And then also we're gonna be removing this thing here. So I always emphasize it. Make sure you guys are removing trims and panels as far as you can, because we wouldn't have been able to get to that. This is all the old vinyl that needs to come up. If we wouldn't have took this off, we would have never been able to get in there and clean this up properly. And that's been our battle this whole car, is we've literally been going in. You can see in here that it's a lot cleaner than it was. I mean, I wish I would have showed you guys. This was filled with dirt. But making sure that everything is clean, especially where the vinyl is gonna sit and rest, you wanna make sure that's all cleaned out. And the biggest thing that I see people make mistakes on is they will take our advice, they'll prep the main part of the panel, but they won't go in the depth and clean like where it's actually gonna lay, where it's most important. So actually, I don't wanna say most important, it's just important that it's fully, thoroughly cleaned. Top, bottom, underside, everything has to be done. You guys can see how dirty this is. This all needs to be cleaned. This edge right here, the target top goes right up to it, and it's probably hit it a couple times, so the paint is definitely weakened. I'm gonna have to do some sanding here. So you guys know, the paint is really, really good on this thing, but it is really old, so there's some areas where there's gonna have to be some sanding. I already talked to the customer, he's aware. He did tell me that once this car gets unwrapped, and if it ever does get unwrapped and he does decide to go full crazy with it, he will have it painted at some point. So we're not stressing on sanding if we have to. I'm gonna try not to, because I really don't like to have to do that. But I will probably have to do some light sanding right here to kind of clean up that edge. So before we can start wrapping this door jamb, we gotta really go in there and clean all this stuff out. What you see here is basically the gunk from this. This is just glued into place with a couple different little tabs, but I pulled that out of place. I'm putting it right over here. Gonna hold that out of the way. I gotta clean all that glue up because the wrap's gonna go all the way in through there. And what I'm gonna do on this one is I'm actually gonna use knifeless tape and just wrap all of this in its own piece all the way through. You guys will see why later, but in a nutshell, basically, directionality wise, we're gonna work this panel all the way up and around and this panel all the way up and around, so everything stays within the same direction. Typically we go one panel all the way across, but we're gonna do something different with this wrap, so we can't do what we normally do. Normally I'd be able to wrap all the way across, feed everything in place all in one piece, all that way, but we're not gonna do just just stick with me here. We'll really explain it as we get into it. The directionality of the material is really, really important on this one, so we're gonna try something new. Oh, it's the almighty color reveal.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm pumped. It is that Avery Dennison Supreme Wrap Film Rushing Riptide.
So a lot of people do not like the color shift films. It seems like in our last vlog, everybody's upset that the color shift films are getting used. They're a cool film. Like, you guys gotta understand, they're very, very dope, but there's like 4 or 5 different ones. So a lot of times you guys think you see the same one, but they're all different. This one actually has a lot more blues in it than the last one. The last wrap that we did was called Gloss Flip Deep Space. And I'm trying to think about how that color differs.
It's just a darker shade. It's almost like dark blue. This has more of like a teal.
It has an aqua in it. Like, it's very aqua-ish. And I actually haven't installed this film at all. This is my first time installing the gloss version.
Oh no, we did the satin version.
Yeah, so the satin version's been done here, but not the gloss version. So I'm excited about this. I think it's gonna be tight, but here's a little idea what that color looks like. It shifts from purple to a little bit of like orange over here, but really has this blue, what is it, cyanish? Would it be cyan? Look at that, that's tight. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Those are dope. I know that they're used, and a lot of you guys want to say they're overplayed, but typically the people that are saying that are the ones that do not have it. You gotta have it, you gotta to understand how cool it is to be able to wrap a car one color and get 3 and 4 different shifts out of it. It makes it unique. It is probably the most innovative part about the wrap industry right now. These cool colors, these new ones are coming out, and this just happens to be part of the first batch. I mean, prior to this, you had your gloss, you had your satin, you had your chromes, but now you have something really, really cool like this. And I think it's dope. I can't wait to see what the wrap industry has coming though, because this was a really good year for us. So as always, before we get started wrapping, we're gonna cut all of the material first. We're gonna label every single panel. We're gonna label the direction, we're gonna label the size, we're gonna label a door, hood, quarter panel, whatever it is, we're gonna label it all just so we can efficiently work throughout the day. Once it's all cut, we're ready to go and start wrapping. We're going against what we always do. We usually work this way. We're working this way. I've said it like 5 times, but I just keep reiterating because I'm trying to convince myself that we're doing it right. You've never done it like this before, but I think it'll work. And if we effectively pull this off, if we do it right, this roof will be done seamlessly. Because the only other way, if we were to do it, would be to use knifeless tape and butt it up and do a seam and not. Okay, let's just get to work. All right, guys, so I laid the door jamb, and it took a while. It was pretty difficult. So here's what we're looking like. I used knifeless tape right at the edge. I noticed that my camera wasn't recording when I pulled that, so I did film this side over here, but knifeless tape was made to do that cut and that cut. Uniquely enough, this actually goes all the way down to the side skirt also, because the remaining part of the side skirt's here, and that's a whole nother piece. So side skirt's done, door jamb is done. If you guys look up closely, you'll see there's a little bit of bubbles, not bubbles, but this is actually old glue that's still under there because there is a kick plate that goes all the way across right here. So basically everything that I wrapped from here is all covered. So I didn't really focus too much on prepping that area. All of this is what I really wanted to make sure it looked good, and it does. It's like perfect, all the way in, fully covered up. And then like I said, that will be a kick plate all the way across right there. And if you look all the way to the back, everything laid real nicely. All the way up to the quarter panel. So now when we have our quarter panel, we'll overlap this a tad bit. While I was doing this, Johnny was wrapping the hood. We didn't film the hood because you guys seen us wrap the hood a million times. It's been very rare that you've seen us do quarter panels, if at all. I know we've done one that we filmed and it didn't make a vlog, so this is the first time you're seeing us wrap the quarter panel. Or not the quarter panel, the door jamb. So, door jamb is done. Now I think Johnny and I are gonna move on to the quarter panel, which is gonna go from that line right there all the way around. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. Both Johnny and myself have never done this before, not this way, so watch us learn. So Johnny's getting ready to wrap the bumper back here. Before we can get started on the bumper, we gotta do the 2 inlays. There's one here and one down here. So these are for the license plate area. And one thing that I think is super important that's easy to forget is your inlays get done out of direction. We keep talking about in this vlog directionality and making sure that the material goes in one way and flows the same way. So imagine if you do your overlay or inlay improperly. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, I gotta scratch my head for this one. It looks terrible. I'll show you guys a car that's out of direction. We'll pull it up. We'll just pull one up on Google. When you wrap a car in these color shifting films, if you place the panel the wrong way, they look terrible. Meaning that you wrap the quarter panel one way and you do the door the other way, like the material facing down and one facing up and one facing left and one facing right. It looks terrible, but it's really hard to explain, so I just gotta show you guys. Let's pop a car here on screen that shows you, and then we'll highlight the out of directionness. Out of directionness. Woo! So the next thing we're gonna wrap is the rear bumper. I don't know if I'm holding this camera right. Probably better than I normally do. Does it look good? Next thing we're wrapping is the rear bumper. The reason why I know that we're wrapping the rear bumper is because that rear bumper right there. It's a little upside down, but we're gonna knock this thing out. All right, so the bumper's done. First things first, we started with an inlay right here and then one also right here. We laid the whole panel all the way over, and then we made incisions, very, very fine incisions right here, right across, and right across. Then what you see me do is I fed the material down from about here to about the midpoint, and then I fed the material down here to the midpoint, and then I worked my material into the recess right over to the inlay. And then we got these pretty ass inlays. They look great! Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Listen, guys, this is all Johnny's doing. I f up inlays all the time, have to redo them. Johnny killed it. Look at it. Two, one, go! Before this vlog ends, I need to pick a winner from our 2 vlogs ago, which is the 3M wrap giveaway. We told you guys to go blow up their page, and we're gonna pick a winner. Out of the 383 comments, we're gonna send you guys a skate deck and I think a t-shirt. So if we can pull that off, you gotta send me your size, but definitely a skateboard. So let's just pick a winner real quick. Go to the comments. Here. Blaze Pinion. That one right there. That's the winner with my dirty finger. Let's keep this up. Let's keep giving some stuff away, and